Hello, everybody. It's Kathleen from Crafting Time. I'm from Minnesota, and we're going to paint up a picture. And we're going to have just some fun with this. Now, it might not become the best picture in the whole wide world. It's not going to be one of those fancy ones you'd see in the beautiful museums and malls. Maybe yours might be, but I know mine is not going to be there. So let's get started and let's have some fun. I'm going to tip you down. Now, I've asked our crafters to get themselves a book that that they would like. So this particular book is a sideway book, and we just paint in it. And I can quickly show you for those that are just new to our page. Different fun things. Here's the beginning. Different things that we have painted just for fun. Now, I always tell people start with a book. This is just a scratchbook. And just start and enjoy painting fun pictures for no reason at all. Now, this is an apple tree or a cherry tree. Take your pick. We did some leaves, or yeah, these were leaves. On the other side, that was like a stamp. We made a brick wall. I made some just googly art from some paint tips or paint things, whichever. And then we did a challenge day, and somebody wanted a black background. And we put in some big tulips and just kind of made it a forest with the sun. Now, that's the strangest picture I think I've painted in years. Here's a piece of craft. This was done on a craft paper. It's pink. And the craft paper had stains going across it. So we used paint and we added a little garden on the bottom with some little rabbits in there. It was done, I think, last Easter, but it just gave it that extra fun look with that extra lines going through it. Now, gosh knows what those lines are, but they were there and they went um, right through the paper or whatever it was. So then we did a cute little funny frog. Again, no, there's no reason. We just paint. Okay, here we did a duck. We were in the spring of last year, I believe. And then we did a giraffe. For no silly reason at all, someone picked a giraffe. Then we missed a page. I don't know why we missed a page, but we did. Then we did a truck for the 4th of July, and that we did with a chalk, stenciling around with a chalk. We rubbed the chalk across it and got the stencil, and then we painted it to make it look good. That's probably the only one I think we used stencil on. Then we did the Rocky Mountains in June. We made some patriotic flags for July. And here we did it without the blue in the background. And here we did it with the blue in the background. A flag with some stars. Exact same picture. And then last week, because we took half a year off. Last week we made the silliest cow in the whole wide world. So super cool, super fun. And now we are to this page. I want to make sure I have my book in my right direction. And I just want to make sure. Yeah. It's just easier if I know what's going on. And hello, Patricia. Hello, Cindy. Thanks for coming on. That is on a dead battery. We are going to create today, I hope you all are ready, going to create a lake with an island. Oh gosh, guys, that's a big, big project there. And if I can, gonna make that lake go all the way around here. So outside, I think will be the land and the beach, and then we'll have the island, and then we're gonna somehow make like a bridge going from the island to the land. Pretty big numbers there. So let me grab um, our paint. I got some white. We'll be mixing that. Maybe I'll take that one page that we didn't use and use that as my mixing page. We'll use that as our mixing page. And then on the island, I might cut a piece of this off and just kind of like high rise it here. Just a small piece. That'd be kind of cool. Um, so I'm going to cut off just a sliver of this. It doesn't work so well on a curve. We're just going to cut off a bump of this. Oh my God. We have our little bump. This is way too big. This is just a heart. And I cut off the bump of it. Pop that in. And then we're going to glue that kind of like so. This should be interesting, huh? Well, so I gotta take that stuff out of my fingernail. Save that. And let's get started. Now I have a bunch of different little paints here. I got some pinks and reds. I doubt we'll use them, but we can maybe mix them. I have some green. I have a touch of brown. I have some yellow. I have some brighter green and black, and I do have a white somewhere in here. I'm not sure where it went. And of course, some light blue and dark blue to go with it. Quite the combinations. Are you ready? Are you all going to paint with me? Hello, hello, Jennifer. How are you? Just swinging in to say hello, my friend. Well, say hey. I hope you take time and paint. It's always fun. Things here. And I'm going to be using an angled brush and a straight brush. That is what I'm using. All right, so let's get started. Now, what I like to do is I'm just going to take, my brushes are wet. I start with wet brushes. I don't start with dry. I'm going to pop open my blue. This is a dark blue. And it has a little bit of sparkle in it. And I'm just going to kind of like draw my island of, or my lake. Make that We want some island on it. So this is, can you all see? Maybe I can put it up just a little bit. Just kind of putting out the way I want my lake shore to begin. Something like that. I'm just going around. Again, just for fun. It's the craziest little island I ever saw. Or water piece. And we'll put this island like right there in the bigger spot. So, and that will paint green. So let's paint that in. And we're going to add some other blues. And make sure you add some swirls. Some, what I call currants. Just like so. Nothing out of the norm. Pretty simple. Now let's add that light blue to give it just that little sparkle. Don't be scared to use your paint. I cut my finger today, guys. I got a nice good paper cut. I don't know how I did that. I only touched one piece of paper and it bit me. Okay, now we're just going to add swirls of it. And again, we're just letting the water just become a natural. You know, water is not all the same color. Different parts of different colors. And I'm going to kind of just fingerprint it. Some of that blue to show through. I'm going to take two of my fingers and now I'm going to just kind of get that blue to come through a little bit. I'm going to stick my finger in and take some blue and add on the top. If I just kind of add in my colors, try to get my shirt out of it. My shirts are getting awful colorful. It's pretty good. Add a little bit more blue over here. Look a little deeper. Darker your water, the deeper it is. Now we're going to add that island in as well. And I am going to use, let's use some craft. Add some craft glue onto here. Be about enough. I'm going to again spread that around. I'm going to stick it on right in the center. Just like so. Press it down. Now that part's going to be green. Can y'all see? So I did some blue, made some blue in there. I have a green island here. Super simple. Let me wash out my blue brush. All right. We are going to need a little white, and I'm going to mix some brown. I thought I had one open. This one is. This will make it a little bit darker. And then I have my brown, and we're just going to add a little bit of my mixed brown that has a little bit of gold. Right with that white, and we're going to mix it. Sometimes I just use one brush. Starting with a mixed brown. And now we're going to do the sand beach like. A little playground area. And we'll put some beaches over on this side as well. We'll tip it up so you can see. Adding a little bit of blue from the water edge. See that? Over here, we'll add a little bit mixture of browns and blues, covering up our lines. Like that. You see that? I'm going to add some darker brown just behind it. Again, it doesn't have to be any straight lines. Start out. Add some browns behind here. A little bit more darker brown here. As you know, sand is darker. That blended right in, didn't it? Add a little more brown. Put the cover back on. That could have been a mistake. Get a little bit more brown out. See, painting doesn't have to take long at all. Now, we're going to go around our edge here of our little island. I'm going to try to make it a little bit darker. Right, if it drips into the water, like here, we'll just kind of like make a little beach off it. Have fun. All right, now we're going to get our green out. And so far, I've just used my curved brush. Now that's what it's looking like. Let me get it a little closer so you can. Now this isn't quite stuck onto my page, but it will stick as it dries. Something like that. As you can, it's fun to paint. You don't need painting, guys. You just have to sit down and paint. What's wrong with that one? And here we're going to just add a little bit of green. Again, you don't need lots of paint, just a bit. You could buy those little small ones. That would last you probably a good long time. Now we're going to paint our island here. Just like so. This is just acrylic paint. Nothing over major here. Bring this side down a little bit. I'm just patting it to make sure it stays kind of green. Just a simple little island like that. Now I'm going to paint shoreline. And we are going to add the lighter green really close to the shoreline. We don't want these big globs of paint streaks, so just brush those out. Make it as smooth as you can. Just go to the edge of my paper. Push that paint around. Again, just having fun, guys. I'm not doing anything but having fun. Now we're going to paint it this way all around. We'll be adding other green style here in just a bit. And we'll add maybe tree branch or stick trees. Nothing over fancy. Down over here, we're going to add some paint. Hope you're all painting with. Make it your own, and nobody has to see it, friends. A little extra lines there. They really kind of add some fun little lines. Brother's sneezing. You know what happened to us today? Our dryer, which has nothing in it, had the alarm went off. Nothing was in it. Strangest thing. All right, so now we have like the outline. And now I'm going to add, still have my dark brown. That. Oh, my sleeve roller. And I'm going to add a darker line right at the seashore. Or the putting that in. Fun little line. Blend it right in. Right here as well. Paint should be fairly wet that you should be able to make your lines to go around. Now they do not have to be all green. They don't have to be all white or blue or anything. Just make it so it looks as natural as possible. This is actually coming out pretty cool. So this is what my picture is starting to look like. Now this is a beach. I'm going to add some just dark brown. Oh, let's do that maybe. Well, we're going to need just a tad more just brown. I got carried away. And let's use a little pink. We'll use this bright pink so we can see it. And right over here on the beach, I'm going to make like a net. Like a volleyball net. Oh, that's kind of big. And then I'm going to go across my net here with the pink. So, then I'm going to make a crossbar like. Too much on there. Trying to keep it thin. So as you can see, I added a little bit of a net. And then I'm going to put a ball just right down here on the sand. And then maybe, let's see, what else could we have? Of course, we need some people. We'll make stick people. Again, when you make a stick person, don't make them like stick, stick, stick. You can add to it, but start with a stick first. Okay, so first I'm going to make like one person here. And I like to make like one leg here. I make a line for the body just to give me a balance. And then I make it a little bit wider to give it a full body. And then I want the hands, shoulders, and then I'm going to make arms going up. I'm not the best person to do this. And then, of course, we have to do something over here that resembles somebody looking this way. Ran out of brush. Ah, my paint ran out of the brush. Very sticky. Just like to come down a little bit. All right. I'm not the best person drawer, but as you can see, I have some people now playing on the large beach. And we're going to still stick with our brown. And like I said, we're going to kind of like make a bridge going from the island to right over to the side here. So I'm taking my brown. I'm going to make an arch from the land over, and then we'll do another line. And out of brown. Got a little darker now. And then we're going to make lines going through our island or from the bridge. A little path here. Now this is nothing close to being anything but a fun picture. Now I want that to have like a railing type of thing, so I'm going to make this side as dark as I can get it. Let's see, where's my other brown? Almost that same color. I guess there's not much difference. A little bit. Again, it's all about your details, friends. The more details you put in, even if they're not perfect, but they're still there, it looks better. Straighten up some of my Lego walkers. All right, and then I'm going to add a little bit of brown right underneath my island here. This one side has bubbled. So, can you see that? Super cute. The bridge coming across and going into, whoops, doing my hands the wrong direction, over into the touch something there, pink. Path here. Come right to the beach. Now maybe a little park bench. And I just kind of do a rectangle and then a rectangle kind of off to the side of the first rectangle. Let's add a little black. We don't have enough to too much brown. So I'm going to just give us a dot of black and add some black to this. Swap brushes. Green. I'm just going to add some extra lines here now. Connecting my bench. do them. That looks more like a table. It's okay. And then I'm going to add a tree over here. We need a little bit of trees. So I'm going to add like just a couple trees here. I'm going to take this green and I'm going to just kind of pat it with a little bit of brown in it and a little black. Green in there. Let's do this one as the evergreen. Green in it. So we know it's evergreen. This other one, we're going to just make it just a little wapple little tree. Don't forget the green. Just mix the brown right into it. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Add a little trunk. It's a pretty big trunk. Really made that a fat, good old fashioned tree. Brush come out a little bit to give it some fun definition there. You see, I'm just having fun. Nothing major here. It doesn't even have to be perfect. Now, I do want to make that water look a little more sparkly than a plain old water. So I'm just going to add a little bit sparkle here. Right in my water. I kind of let the water dry a little bit. Again, I like to swirl it. Don't worry about my paints being mixed, especially with the sparkle. That's okay. It's not going to hurt my paint. Adds character for my next project. That will all dry. Now look how fast we did all that, guys. No big deal. Trying to put my green cap on. Oh, come on. Get on. Oh, you didn't go straight. I love it when my paints don't go back together. Oh, this is looking snazzy. Simple and snazzy. So there you have the little island with a little bridge going across, a walk bridge, and you can play over here. Let's put my finger right in my tree. Super cute. Now that's not nothing to write home to, but I can just leave that in my book here. Once it dries, I'll just flip over the page and I'll be able to do some other other items. Nothing over fancy. Just having fun. Crafting should be about fun. Painting is a craft, but it's also an art. But I think I think painting is relaxing. I'm not the fanciest painter, you see that, but it's relaxing. And sometimes when you craft, some crafts will make you super, super nervous, but this calmed us all kind of down. And I made it where you can look at it from any angle and you can kind of see what's going on. There's no right or wrong for my picture. I can turn it any which way. And now we'll just let that dry. We'll just set that right over here and let that dry. So I hope you had fun with that. It's kind of fun, for sure. Now I can't get all my messages here. That thing won't scroll for me. So I'll come back to our messages. I hope everyone had fun with this. Let me know. Um, just swimming in the way. Yeah. Just fun. Um, painting should be, I like to do it as private. Um, you know, nobody knew I painted for a long time. I would sit and paint just to have fun. That's all it's about. Having fun. Got a few things away that I pulled out. But hope you enjoyed this. And I hope you are painting too. Now next week we'll paint something else. Um, I have no idea what we're going to paint next week. We'll get there. And I actually never really know what I'm going to paint until I sit down and then I tell you what we're going to paint. I like to do fun sceneries like this. You can certainly add a whole lot more to that picture. A whole lot more. Um, but I'm going to leave it just simple. And tomorrow now is we're going to be crafting. And we have the chatterbox, so you'll be able to come on live with me if you like and chat with me and ask questions and just talk. Have a good time as we craft. Tomorrow's craft. What are we going to make tomorrow? I'm going to see if I can stop at the store, and I would like to finish the 4th of July, or not. Gosh, I'm stuck on the 4th of July, guys. That one plaque that we were making, we didn't have small enough screws, so we'll get that done. The one that we worked on the other day, not the 3-tiered one, but the frame one. So I'm gonna go see if I can find something for that, the smaller screws. My hardware store closes a little early some days, so look, I got blue all over my fingernails. I thought here I was doing it so carefully. Oh, guys, the birds. The birds that we were making, that I made for my class to make, they are having so much fun making those birds. Um, they're putting the feathers on. When they're sleeping, I go and add a little glue to keep the feathers in. Uh, and they think that's really funny. I taught them how to take the end of a paintbrush and poke it into you know, taking it and you just poke a hole and then the quill of the feathers can go in. They are having so much fun with that. Oh my gosh, they didn't even want to go outside today. They were so involved making these birds, and it was kind of fun. Um, so that was a great activity for them. I don't think they've had that much fun in a long time. They really seem to have enjoyed that little bird. So make sure if you do something fun like that, um, you have your supplies and you're ready to go because they loved it. I can't tell you how much they loved it, but it was enormous. And then one little boy, at first he didn't want to do it, like at all. And he sat there and he was watching me. And I said, well, 5 minutes, we're going to go outside. Man, he came swinging in, sat right down, and he was like, I'm ready. And in 5 minutes, he had his whole bird. We used, instead of paint, we used crepe paper. Um, and they were able to use the glue and form it around, and it worked really well. And he got it all done, and he's like, it's beautiful. He put 3 feathers on it, one for the tail, 2 for the wings. The wings are straight out, and super, super cute to just watch them create their own. I don't, they have my little mind showing them how to put it in and what it looks like. And they, I let them do their own. I don't say this has to go here and that has to go there. They do their own. And now tomorrow we'll put the eyes on and we'll make the sparkle beak. But it's super, super cute. In fact, I have to bring some eyeballs. Um, I don't have to bring eyeballs. I just couldn't find any, and I wanted them. So I'm going to just bring them. These are cheap enough that I'm sure I can afford this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. But it was fun. They had fun with this. No no problems at all. They were so happy. Oh my goodness, guys. It's very fun to just a second. 7, 8. I don't know if I got exactly what I wanted here, but I'll just add a few more just in case. But they really, it made them fun. And they were so like, woohoo! All right. And they got really, 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 really pretty. Maybe these, you know what? I think I'll take the smaller ones. I'll just take that whole one in and they can pick and choose out of my little container. These ones I use more for my bigger pets, but I have smaller ones. That might be better for the birds. They're not very big. I can't even show you because they have mine. I'll just bring that. That will work. Well, everyone, have a great night. Have some fun painting. Get creative. And once this is all dry, like I said, it's all dry, I just fold it up and I'm done. It's gone. See? It's not quite dry. I'm going to leave it right here and let it dry. So that is our Painting Monday. Hope you had fun. They're a joy. They sure are. They really are, and it's super fun just to see their own mind create. Like they were creating these birds, and they were putting this on and sticking the feathers in, and sweeting away, and oh my goodness, it was just fun to watch. I just helped. If they couldn't get it in, I showed them how to do it, and boom, they had it done. It was so good. Well, I guess this has to sit right here. I have really no spot. So we'll see everyone tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll be crafting, and we're going to use, I have a pail, a nice bucket. I think we'll make a nice bucket. Do a little Mod Podging. We haven't done that for a long time. And bucket. Um, I got a cute bucket that I got the other day, so um, that sounds like our plan. That's what we will do. So have a good night. We'll see you all later and craft up a storm. See you later. And not a winter storm. And not a no tornado. See, I did nice weather here. See that nice weather. This is our changing of the seasons to nice weather instead of stormy weather. Nice, nice. This is my vibe. Feel it? All right, guys.